Should be watching off of Explode stream.
Do you know the restream that he's streaming to?
No, could you pass?
Let's see. Or the restream that I'm streaming to. It's called Exploud Online. He doesn't actually give a link in here, but if you just replace your ear with online, it should work.
Got it. All right, well, you're live.
Okay, I actually am. Fantastic. What's the file name? No, not Discord. Oh, I am live. Fantastic. Just tell me in Discord when you want me to get started. I don't have the stream open because for whatever reason Hyperlight Drifter is dumb and will lag the game to all heck if you have any sort of stream open. All right, I will have chat open for this run, guys, so feel free to drop questions in here. On the mic with me, I have the spookiest person I know, Mumu Akai. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Mumu Akai is the reason I run this game, the one who originally got me into it, and still I think top 15, 80% no major glitches, which is the main category. So really solid.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I know, right? You're actually good at the game. Deal with it. So the category we are running today is 99% no major glitches. There's a bunch of stuff to explain, but we'll get into that. We have a cutscene to sit through. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Hyperlight Drifter. If you all aren't familiar with this, this is basically a cross between the original 2D Legend of Zelda and Dark Souls. This is a very hard game, especially because most of the 80% runs don't even see any of the hard rooms. This run will 100% have deaths in it. This isn't Boshi level of hard. Oh, I missed the dash collect there. This isn't Boshi level of hard, but there's never been a deathless run of this category. So if you see me getting to the end without dying, there's a solid chance this is world record. I am the current world record holder with a time of 1 hour and 49 minutes and something seconds. Doesn't really matter. But as you can see right there, trick called dash collecting. We'll do that a lot. You'll see it. Anyway, so we have our dash and we have our sword. That's all we have for now. We will get a faster dash later in the game, and we also get guns, specifically this pistol right here. Pistol is actually one of the top 3 best weapons in the game, and we'll have it equipped for 90% of the run. Probably more than that, honestly. I don't feel like doing math. So the first trick we will do with our pistol here is combat trick. We'll do it throughout the game. It's called plinking. Basically, fire our pistol and cancel. Oh, bad RNG here. And cancel into a sword slash. This is called plinking. It looks like we're doing both at the same time, but they're slightly spaced apart. You can't actually do sword slash and then pistol. It has to be pistol and sword slash. There are evolutions to this technique that you'll see later in the game. I am not doing well on dash collects today. I might just not go for them. Basically, if you're dashing over something, you have however many frames you're actually within the interact area to press the interact button, but I'm missing all of them, so I might not just go for any. Okay, so coming up here, if you have headphones, you might want to turn them down for just this one section. This cutscene is unbelievably loud. It's so poorly balanced.
I remember the first time I went through this cutscene, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I get the theatrics here. I get it. Ow!
Exactly, yeah. So you might be wondering, 99%, why not 100%? Well, first off, it's not actually possible to 100% this game. The New Game Plus cloak is not obtainable in the normal game, and it's also not possible to obtain the normal cloak in New Game Plus. In addition, we do not grab 1 bit and 2 outfits, because they are incredibly dumb. We will actually go over them a bit more later in the game, when we actually pass those specific areas. But just know they're not worth doing, and they would make this run significantly worse if you had to do
I know
them.
which ones they are.
Oh, what do you think they are?
One of them is the dash cloak.
Correct.
The other one must be the arena cloak.
Correct.
Oh,
They're so dumb. They're just RNG, essentially. Not true RNG for the former, but basically RNG, so we don't do them. It's just not worth it.
So you are going, I'm assuming, north first.
Correct. This route actually goes north up to the warp. Every area has a warp, and then we can just warp back to town because we want an upgrade called the chain dash. Currently, we're doing something called slow dashes, and despite the fact they're called slow dashes, they're way faster than just walking. Up here, you will hopefully see me get a trick, which I actually missed. Never mind. Called the dash resets. Basically, you can normally only do 3 dashes. You'll notice I just did 6 right there. If you go right up to certain ledges, you can actually get extra dashes. This is unique to each and every ledge. Near as we can tell, they actually program them manually. A bit of serious time here. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, sometimes that's free, sometimes it's impossible.
Oh God, I think I know what you just went for.
Oh, I missed arena skip. Oh, that was so close. And I just dashed off the edge. I'm bad. So there is a very pixel perfect dash there you can do to skip the arena, and the jerk was giving me a good enough pattern I could have gone for it, but I missed it because I'm bad at the game.
Dang, those are actually all extremely difficult.
No, it's basically the way it works is like I know at the start whether I'm going to get it because you have to get on a certain pixel at the start, and it's 100% free. And if you're not on that pixel, you will never get it.
I guess, to be fair, you actually use a mouse, and I was using a gamepad. With,
That's also fair.
Directional buttons.
Like, it's not...
So, Auroria's just picked up a monolith. There are how many in the game?
Shoot, that's a good question. I can do the math. It's 4 in each area. 16. There we go.
There we go. You have to access all of them. So there's bits, there's your weapon upgrades, well, not really weapon upgrades,
yes.
Abilities that you get. There are weapon upgrades for your guns that you'll be getting.
Yo, I can kind of hear Restream in the background of your mic, just so you know. So yeah, throughout the game we'll be getting a bunch of outfits. I don't remember the exact number. All the weapons, all the bits, except for that one, all the monoliths, all the modules. We'll explain a bit more about modules in a bit, but basically they're mandatory story progression items. But we only need 4 for the story, and we're getting more than that. These cliffs are one of the worst areas in the game. By the way, this game is really bad about dropping inputs sometimes, so you might see me get a bit frustrated. In addition, there's something called dash bias. Basically, the game... Ooh, I'm killing these dogs. They do not play around. There's something in this game called dash bias. Basically, the game tries to guess where you want to dash to, and it's not always right. Fortunately, I'm on keyboard and mouse, so I have a visual representation of where I'm dashing, so you guys will know when it's not my fault. I can just point and be like, hey, I did not dash there. Ha, I'm not that bad at the game, I promise. Okay, there I got a trick called a dash collect. I will not be going through them through most of the game just because I'm not feeling confident with them right now. I just did not destroy the box. I'm an idiot. I'm actually an idiot. There we go. So if you can actually hit the load zone while you're doing a dash collect, you can continue finishing getting the bit and still make it through the load zone. Saves just a little bit of time. I'll go. There's 2 of those, I think, throughout the game, and I'll go for both of them, assuming I remember, which I usually don't.
Yeah, whenever that actually works for a lot of different interactables. As long as you can leave the screen, you quote-unquote collect it and still manage to...
And here we meet our good buddy, the Pink Drifter. We're actually going to talk to him every chance we get, just because he's such an interesting guy, and we want to see how he's doing. Like, this is the dude that saved us. He's such a nice guy. We just want to talk to him. Spoilers, Mumu, shush.
Oh man, that officially makes this the saddest category.
I disagree. Okay. That dash was... You'll see the dash. It was very fraudulent. I was right up to the edge. Yeah, I was right up to the edge. How did that miss?
So he just used a health pack. The way health packs work in this game is that you can carry a certain amount of them. You can upgrade that later. He can currently only carry 3 of them.
And I'm not upgrading
Whenever you
it.
try to pick up another one at that point, you'll just try to heal off of it directly, and then if you're at full health, you'll just waste it.
Okay, I'm just going to walk it because that dash is supposed to work. Whatever. Interesting thing about the 3 health pack thing. If you have full health packs and you collect a health pack, it won't say heal you like a normal health pack. Normally you can get knocked out of it. It will just say heal you to full. It is possible to hit 0 health to like collect a 3rd health pack and just get pummeled on infinitely. And even if you hit 0 health, you won't die because it's still trying to heal you. It's really cool. We may use that at some point in the run if I'm panicking. Oh, I've got a cool strat for this room. We're going to dash up here, kill this guy, and with any luck, these guys will jump to their death.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing, is that enemies actually basically can interact with each other in a lot of ways. can't always directly attack each other, but they can definitely interact with the environment. You can blow them up. They can jump to their deaths. They can get crushed, spikes, etc.
All right, that was a decent run. Oh, interesting fact. If you have the guy with the bit jump off over the cliff... sorry, there we go. If you have the guy with the bit jump off over the cliff, if a bit falls into a bottomless pit, it'll just respawn on top of you. You can actually use that to save a bit of time on the room, but it's RNG dependent, and I don't want to go for it. So up here, I actually have to walk for a bit, or else I soft lock the game. If I don't get the save, this guy doesn't spawn. In addition, if I enter that cutscene with a bit of momentum, it'll upwarp me. We have no idea why this is the case. There's no other cutscene in the game where that happens.
So you guys figured out why that happened.
No, that's my theory. I don't think we're 100% on that. Some people think you can still move during the cutscene, but I'm reasonably certain that's not the case. There's a lot of stuff in the game where we're just like, why? We know it happens, we have no clue why because it's so dumb. Okay, so coming up here, we have finished our initial climb up north. We're going to be getting the chain dash. This is the most useful, just the objectively best upgrade in the game, quite frankly. In addition, we will not be doing the dash challenge. Basically, dash is, what was it, like a 3-4 frame window, something like that, for every chain dash?
It's not that bad.
Okay, something like that. It's 6 frame window, we'll say. You have to do that.
It's tight, but it's definitely something you got to get used to, and then once you get used to it, it's not as bad as it originally seemed.
Yeah, but it's like a 6 frame window, let's say. And you have to do that 800 times in a row, which, just physically speaking, is incredibly hard. Oh, by the way, this dash, you can't actually make it across. You have to do this like weird triangle dash there. Game, please, whatever. Anyway, so chain dash, or dash challenge specifically. You have to do 800 of those in a row, which is, just frankly, physically speaking, the hardest challenge I've ever done in a video game. But we set up a macro, it would still fail like a fifth of the time. The game is really bad about dropping inputs, and we just decided it was frankly not worth it. So you notice in that upper left corner, I have a bar. That is the stamina bar. If I have meter there, I can dash as much as I want. If I don't have meter, I can't dash. So if you see me just walking for a long period of time, there's, first off, a solid chance to just drop my dash, and I have to wait a bit before I can dash again. But there's also a solid chance I'm just out of stamina, especially in this category, because there's a lot more dashing than other categories. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry. In terms of dashing with the chain dash, you can do 2 chain dash. Well, the chain dash animation should be distinct by now. There's basically no stopping in between each dash. If you do 2 of them in a row, you're fine. If you do 3 of them in a row, I believe it's 3. You start to get a. Oh yeah, at 3, you can bonk into walls. So there's going to be moments where Rory's will.
We'll bonk because I'm bad at the game, yeah.
You can go for 3, but then if you're not super confident, you might end up hitting a wall. If you go for 4, however, you'll end up sliding afterward, which can be a problem.
I will not be going for it in this run because I'm bad at it, but there is a trick that is legal in No Major Glitches called shotgun sliding. Basically, if you're sliding and you fire a shotgun in the opposite direction, you get a ton of speed.
Interesting.
Okay, got those dashes, nice. That's actually really hard. You have to actually hold neutral going into that room. For whatever reason, holding a direction, it offsets your load position. We're not sure why, and it's not consistent because the game doesn't always take as long a time to load. Like, there's a definite point where you have control of the drifter when the game is not loaded yet. You can explore this later in the game with an upgrade called Phantom. It ate my dash and then spit it out. Ugh, sorry.
It's something that might have just gone unnoticed. You can also bonk off of stairs.
Stairs are very weird in this game. It's very weird. Basically, some stairs are actually Z-axis changes. Some of them are X-Y axis, and then they bias your movement to make it look like they're Z-axis changes. It's kind of dumb, if I'm being honest.
Oh, something else that you didn't go over immediately. The way ammo works in this game, because you can fire your pistol shots.
Oh, thank you.
For as long as you have that pink bar in the top left. But to refill your ammo, you just have to hit enemies or destroy objects.
Exactly. You can't just swing your sword, but it does make a nice balance. Your pistol is 1 sword swing is 1 ammo. We will get guns later in the game, which is slightly less efficient, but they do way more damage. We actually get both of them, both the weapons we care about at the end of East here. And we'll be going more into those when we actually get them. So this room, for whatever reason, I guess they thought this was incredibly hard, but this room has 9 health packs. You can only hold 5 if you have all the upgrades. I have no idea why they gave us so many.
These enemies. So I went to the east first in my playthrough, and these enemies definitely took me off guard my first time.
Yeah, a lot of people consider the onions the hardest enemies in the game, for some reason. But they're actually really easy. What they do is they actually punish you if you try to dash away. If you just... Stop eating my dashes. Sorry. If you try to just dash away, you'll get hit. If you just sidestep, you don't even need to dash. Just like hold a direction to the side, they'll miss you every time. They're the easiest enemies if you know what you're doing.
They also have armor, so you can't... There's like a certain point where they'll just ignore you.
Yeah, they're one of 2 enemies in the game with invincibility frames. The other ones being the samurais and West. Even bosses don't have invincibility frames. So here we see the flame pits. These are East hazards. West also has floor hazards in the form of the crystal mines. Flames are very annoying because they actually lag your game. Yeah, get around there. I'm gonna grab this. Okay, we're good. Sorry, a bit of serious time here. Wow, I actually have to heal. I guess I'm bad at the game. That was a really bad arena. Okay. So the guy's initial position that I went for is kind of random, and I managed to get stuck in between them somehow. I've never seen that. It happens though. So I had to deal with that. Okay, so this section right here, there's actually a very specific pixel you can go on and just chain dash across the entire way. And I actually almost got it. That was pretty solid. So right here is this... Okay, so there's a technical term for this flame maze, and it's utter bullshit. So each of these squares... Shut up. That was absolutely perfect. I will never get one that good.
Oh boy, let's see it.
Holy shit, I got the exit too. Okay, so every single one of those has a dash reset on it. We explained dash resets in the context of just normal dashes. However, once you have chain dash resets stop your dash cold. It is also possible to dash in place if you're right on top of a dash reset. In addition, every time one of those flames spawns, it lags the game just a little bit. So that means, excuse me, it changes your dash timing. So that means every single time you do... I'm missing a bit. I forgot a bit. What did I forget?
I can't help you.
Oh, I know what bit I'm missing. I know what bit I'm missing, but that's a huge time sink to go get it. Shoot. I can't go back, right? I'm pretty sure this door soft locks me down here. Or locks me down here. Oh, no, I can go back. Beautiful. I might have to do this arena again. We'll see.
You got the key in the north, right?
Yeah, I got the key.
So keys are hidden throughout the game. There are key doors, and the way the key doors work is they just check how many keys you have.
Wait, what? I got that?
For the any % route, you normally...
Huh.
Okay, so for the any % route, you normally pick up 1 key in the north and you use it in the east. But there are, since he's going into basically every room and every door, you're going to see him collecting more and more of them.
I have absolutely no clue what bit I could possibly be missing. I have no idea.
There's way more total bits than what you need, isn't there?
Yeah, there's way more, but we want this to be a valid run, don't we?
Ideally, yes. Wasn't there like an external program made to...
There is, but because I'm still missing most of the East bits, it won't show up easily. Like, I don't know which one I'm looking for.
Well, the point being, the game doesn't really tell you...
oh, exactly, yeah.
It doesn't really have like a completion screen.
That is actually legal mid-run, so I might just forgo Phantom Slash for now, and then collect it when I do my East cleanup. But I'm just going through my head. I can't figure out what bit I could have missed. I'm really confused.
So what Aurorius just picked up is a cloak and bit. There are fallen warriors all throughout the land, and you can actually slightly alter the drifter's properties by equipping the fallen warrior's bit and cloak.
Oh, I made it through. Okay, I thought I died. Fantastic.
a lot of these, because the game basically doesn't have dialogue at all, had to be inferred through the community's efforts.
Where am I missing a bit? Like, I'm running through my head. I swear I didn't miss one. Did I actually grab the bit after the arena that went so badly? Oh, did I forget to grab... So Phantom Slash is actually incredibly useful for the run, so I do kind of want to grab it. Just knowing when I was good on bits, there's only 2 bits I could be missing. I think I know which one it is, so I think we'll just go grab that because it's not too far out of the way.
Phantom Slash is a really good move.
Yeah. We'll explain more about Phantom Slash in a little bit, but basically it just works as a panic button. Like, I swear I'm not actually bad at this game. I never forget bits. I'm just a bit rusty on this category because I was kind of asked to do it on short notice. I hadn't run it a little bit.
No worries, dude.
But
so you just activated a trigger while sliding. That's something that's actually pretty nice. The game lets you continue to hold basically any button down as long as you were close enough to activate it.
Yeah. So the unfortunate thing is that arena we did when we entered this underground for the first time is now back, but much harder. Let's see if I can actually go around the trigger if that unlocks the door. The door is unlocked if I go around the trigger. That's amazing. Yeah, I forgot to kill this guy for his bit. I forgot to kill that guy for his bit. It's no big deal. Just go up there so no Dirks bother us.
So yeah, that's another thing. There's no real difference to indicate that an enemy would or would not drop a bit as well.
Oh yeah, but a lot of people seem to think they're random. No, every single bit is scripted. Or yeah, every single bit drop is scripted. It is 100% consistent.
Warps are pretty nice because they also completely refill your health.
Plus 2.5 minutes on PB. That's a great split.
Nice. You can use warps to do all kinds of shenanigans, but I'm assuming that you're only going to use so many of them because you have to go everywhere.
Yeah. We will be doing... Actually, I think all our 4th module cutscenes are save and quits.
Nice.
Ooh, got that dash. Nice. So you can do that kind of little dash there just to skip the waiting for the platform. It's nice. Then 1, 2, 3... No, you ate my dash! Ah, that was almost so cool. So coming up in the next room, well actually this room right here, we have our first instance of actually fighting toads. These guys are random and love eating your dashes. Like actually that was a really good fight, wow. That was a really good fight, I'm happy with that. Never mind, I'm not complaining anymore. So toads...
First rule of video games, frogs are always jerks.
Yeah, so toads are not just random. When they are on screen, for whatever reason, the game likes eating your dashes way more. And... this is so bad. This game is really bad about inputs, which is why a lot of people who used to run it get run away. By the way, these are the alchemist frogs. These guys throw these giant canisters that explode into like bullet hell nonsense, but they're pretty easy to dodge if you know what you're doing. For the record, that was a sick juke, and I'm proud of that.
Oh boy.
For whatever reason, you have to actually walk all the way over to that pylon. If you shoot it off screen, the hitbox does not exist. So we're just going to go around here. We're going to go up and grab this health pack just for safety. So this arena coming up here. Oh, we do have a valid run. Fantastic. That's supposed to be a 4th bit. So this arena coming up here is a bit tricky. The fastest way to do the arena is to advance the toad cycle by killing the ninja frog down there. But we're not going to. The gunners make this arena just awful, so we're going to go ahead and kill them first.
In general, arenas have very consistent spawn locations for enemies, so you can kind of tell where most of them are going to be and what they're going to do at the beginning.
Yeah, here we're getting a fourth module. Every time you get a fourth module, it plays this cutscene. It's very loud, same as the opening cutscene, although not quite as loud. But if you just save and quit, you can respawn back in, no problem. If you mash sit there, you can actually skip the opening animation. Also, by the way, there's floor underneath there. If you see a bottomless pit and part of it is covered by a wall, 90% chance there's actually floor there. And vice versa. If you see solid floor and it's covered by a wall, there's like 90% chance it's a bottomless pit. It's so dumb. By the way, you might hear me say that's so dumb a lot about this game.
It's a super awesome game casually. Like, it's actually incredible.
I disagree with that.
I think it's a lot of
No,
fun.
sorry, no, I disagree with that dash. Sorry, I was not listening to, I was not disagreeing with you. Okay, so, sorry, excuse me sounding like a gibbering monkey. So, if you see me dash off the edge and sound annoyed, there was a solid chance I was going for a dash reset and I just didn't get it. If you see me then respawn on the edge of the ledge, that means I got the dash reset and the game actually robbed me. Which happened right there. That's why I was a gibbering monkey for just a second.
Speed noises.
Exactly, yeah. So coming up, we have what is widely considered to be the easiest arena in the game. If I can make this shot. Fantastic. Oh, these
man.
dashes are pretty specific.
I'm actually going to feel terrible.
Oh, no. The arena that you called Infinite Sadness is even worse than you thought, because there's not a consistent strat for it. But this arena right here is also one of two arenas with a ending cutscene skip. For whatever reason, usually it freezes projectiles. However, these toads will not have their projectiles frozen when they die, or when the arena ends, yeah. So if you can get hit by that, it'll just cancel out the cutscene. It's RNG dependent. There's a solid chance I won't get it even if I execute perfectly, so not a big deal. But basically, I'm just going to try to shoot the last toad. But these guys all group up, and your pistol actually is a giant hitbox when it actually hits something, so you can just one-shot entire waves. It's easy. Is this the arena you thought of, Muma?
No, this is not. I actually did not find this one until like way after I beat the game. And when I did find it, I realized not only is this the one in the trailer, but it's actually not difficult at all.
Okay, so I actually got this interact. I didn't realize. So the toad did not give me a shuriken, so I didn't have a chance to go for the cutscene skip. Waiting for him to throw a shuriken would have lost more time than the cutscene skip saves. But the arena coming up here is one of the top 5 hardest rooms in the game, in my opinion. It is, quite frankly, some goddamn bullshit. That's the technical term. Basically, they throw way too many frogs at you, and they just seem to think that, oh, lots of enemies equals difficulty. That's good game design, right? It's not. Spoilers.
That's my favorite cooking show, to make frogs.
Alright, that went decently.
Ah, yes, this arena. This is the one that, like, held me back for 30 minutes when I started playing.
Yeah, I saw you go back and forth across this, like, 5 times. You poor soul. You know, we're not going to heal because we like to live dangerously. Alright, by the way, these monoliths, some of them will require a warp out later. You actually soft lock the game for like a good 20 seconds if you warp out while it's playing that cutscene. It's really interesting.
In general, as far as like how does safety work in this game?
We saved 10 seconds on PB. I'm a god. Sorry, go ahead.
The game has checkpoints that are all over the place. You can see the bottom right of the screen has a checkpoint logo or a saving logo to let you know.
Yeah. Those saves are a bit buggy and do not always trigger, which is a problem even for casual players.
Yeah,
but sometimes you can get sent back many rooms during particularly dangerous rooms. Oh, by the way, we hope this guy comes down here to visit us.
There are ways
hey, he did.
Make sure they're triggered, right?
Yeah, basically if you wait around and walk in specific areas, you can make sure they're triggered. Dude, stop eating my dash. But they're slow, so we don't do a lot of them. Stop eating my dash game. There we go. So this arena here, we've got some toads, we've got some bugs, we've got some plants, but they're not really big dangerous. So coming up here, we are going to have, a lot of people don't know about this. Normally you're supposed to completely beat that arena to get this bit, but if you destroy these blocks, devs actually left a path over here. Almost no one seems to know about that. So coming up here, we are going to have this fight. We're going to kill this guy, and the other guy doesn't even aggro us. Or he did, and the blocks block us. It's 100% safe strat, despite how dangerous that looks. A lot of casual players will just wait till the toad destroys the blocks, and then you actually have to kill them. And then we're just going to dash all the way. Let's try that again. I got sniped. I got sniped so hard. Okay, so I guess we're not doing this room in a fancy strat. So 4-key door, or 3 keys. You see that snipe. So we used to think this was one of the hardest arenas in the run. And then we realized you don't have to do it. There's nothing forcing you to. Because if you die in the section up here, it's a long walk back. So this bit down here, this is not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to get that switch down there. I've never seen a casual player do it the intended way. The other route is just too obvious. So those blocks are instant kills. I wait to go behind it, because if I do, there's actually space over there. So if I fall here, okay, we didn't, fantastic. If game doesn't know where to put you, it puts you at what it declares to be the entrance of the room. Okay, dashes, you saw that. God, dash bias annoys me sometimes. Anyway, so it puts you at what it considers to be the entrance to the room. The entrance to the room is that room we went in like a few minutes ago, with the 2 bits from the enemies. So it puts you way back there and you have to walk all the way around. This dude right here is what we call a stormtrooper. He never hits you, ever. You can stand right next to him. He has the worst aim of any enemy in the game, and we have no idea why. So we have this fight here, but if you just walk all the way up here, they can't attack you when they're off screen. We're not sure why. They're definitely still aggroed to you, but they will not hit you, for whatever reason.
Something that's nice about arenas in general, especially as you get more knowledgeable at the game, is that sometimes if you just need to advance, you have to know which enemies to kill and nothing more.
A great example of that is this fight up here. We just have to kill this one plant and this one toad, and we're good. We don't care about this frog. We don't care about all the little plants that are coming at us that want our body. We just need to kill those 2, and we're good. So coming up here, we have a fight for 2 bits actually. This bit can turn invisible. We have no idea why. There's a handful of bits in the game that will just lose their sprite. In some cases, collecting those bits will not count as collecting a bit. Call that a phantom bit. Those are incredibly rare and might be patched out at this point, but it can occasionally happen.
The phantom bit.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, okay, game, whatever you say. That dash is supposed to work, but it wasn't even close.
Let's just consider this whole run a spoiler, because a lot of this stuff is hidden pretty well.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say is that some of it is hidden really well, and then some of it is blatant, but also a challenge in some sort of way.
Yeah, some of it is hidden well enough that I don't think you were meant to find it without a guide, quite frankly. So here we have Toad Skip. Fire a shot into the arena, dash in. And then there's this little safe spot here right behind his leg. In addition, later in the fight, we'll be doing a trick called combo resets. Basically, if you do 2 plinks, fire a shot, it instantly resets your combo, saves just a little bit of time. And there, that was a basically perfect fight.
Something about Toad real quick is that for some reason you can just kind of like trick his AI, just kind of chilling behind him.
Yeah, so the devs purposely left in an AI loop, and we don't think they knew about the safe spot. Golden!
Nice.
Sorry, that was a really good split. I'm happy with that. So there's a cutscene here, but we just open menu, close menu, and we're good. So coming up... Oh, sorry, finish your thing about Toad, and then we'll talk about Shotgun.
Oh, I was going to say is that all bosses have cutscenes. You skip the one for Toad. There's just the Archer later, right?
Yeah, Archer, and that one barely saves any time. Toad is pretty significant. It's like 8 seconds. Archer's under a second. So we just got the Shotgun. This is, quite frankly, the absolute best weapon in the game. It does a whopping 5 damage if you're in melee range. In addition, we can plink it. I did mention that pistol was 1 shot is 1 ammo. Shotgun is 1 shot, or 1 slash is 2 ammo, or 2 slashes are 1 ammo. There we go. I can count. But Shotgun is the absolute most efficient method of damage in the game. -1 will be getting a bit later. It does, as I mentioned, 5 damage plus plink is 6. Normally it has, seriously fell off there. Okay, normally it has an internal cooldown. However, if you switch weapons and then immediately switch back, it will cancel the internal cooldown. You can use it again immediately. If you're really good, you can do every shot of the combo or every part of the combo, standard 3-hit combo with a shotgun. Meaning you take your normal combo down. Slid off, really? Oh, by the way, if you see me fall off the edge immediately and then not take damage, that's a 60 FPS physics bug. Not much we can do about that. It's just a time loss, and it exists. Oh, actually, can you talk more about shotguns? I need serious time for this.
Absolutely. So yeah, shotguns deal a ton of damage.
Oh my god, that was perfect. I've never had one even close to that good. Sorry.
I can't wait to see it.
Like, normally I do, like, sets of 2. I've never actually gotten a full chain dash and not fallen off.
Nice.
So you were saying shotgun.
Yeah. It's important to watch your ammo with the shotgun, especially in general. Your ammo is shared across both weapons, so I'm not sure if you had any times, but there were moments where I would switch to using pistol just because I knew I'd be able to do just fine with that, finish an enemy off. But
yeah, we actually, as I mentioned, use pistol for most of the game. We only use shotgun if they have more than, like, 3 health.
And basically nothing does except for a boss.
Yeah, exactly. This is Atlantis. All of the 8-module doors have really cool, unique biomes, except for West, which sucks. And this is the underwater city. Hold on, flame maze real fast. Okay, worked through that. Fantastic. Kill these guys for some bits. Ow. Oh, I need to heal. Go ahead, sorry.
You only need 4 modules from each area to access the end of the game, but if you manage to find all 8 of them, you get these extra sort of in-gamey areas.
And they all have really cool rewards, except for North, which is just a monolith, and we don't know why. So basically, like, so for the record, North and South, I think it was, yeah, North and South, are really, really, really hard, but 2 of the best arenas in the entire game. West is, well, you'll see that. East is pretty easy. It's 100% consistent. So this guy's there. We're going to kill this. We're going to kill this plant. We're going to kill these Dirks. We're going to get the enemy to spawn eventually. He's taking a sweet time today. This enemy will spawn here. We're going to kill this guy. We're going to wait for this plant to spawn. This plant. And that was a basically perfect fight. Hey Hilda, how you doing?
The majority of what you use is pistol and shotgun. A lot of these weapons, although they are interesting in design, I never really saw great use of them.
Yeah, and here we get the diamond shotgun. Diamond shotgun is a really interesting weapon. It fires 4 shots for the same ammo as shotgun. But these shots have a much longer range and are homing, unlike shotgun's widespread. It is a strictly inferior version because it lags the game horribly. However, you will see some uses on bosses. We'll explain a bit more to that when we get to North Boss, but you guys are in for a treat. By the way, you guys in the chat, Aunt Hilda runs the game, is a great runner. If you have any questions, feel free to ask him.
Yo, Aunt Hilda, what's up?
Okay. I was apparently stuck on a wall. I've never done that before. Okay, so with this last bit over here, are you serious? I was right up against the edge. I disagree, game. So with this last bit, we are almost completely done with East. We'll be doing a little bit of cleanup later in the game, because we need a weapon we don't have yet, as well as a bunch of keys, which we don't have yet. The greatest
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the greatest advantage is 99% is, unlike every other category in the game, we actually get to buy upgrades because we have the bits for them. Normally upgrades waste a ton of time because you have to grab the bits. But, oh my gosh. So grenades are the single best upgrade in the game for mobs. They do have like a minute 15 cooldown for each one, but we can route that around that and it works out great. They save approximately 10 minutes across the course of the run.
I remember when you first showed me grenade strats in the West. Good God.
Yeah, so we just bought the Charge Slash and the Phantom Slash. Charge Slash does a whopping 5 damage, and in addition is the most efficient method of ammo restoration in the game by a pretty significant margin. You can usually get up to full ammo, even on just on one enemy. Sometimes you'll get less ammo. We're not entirely certain how that works. My best theory is it has to do with where you hit them on the shotgun, or on the Charge Slash, like the actual blade. But it's very, very useful against bosses. In addition, we bought Phantom Slash. Phantom Slash is a really cool move, but it consumes half our stamina, so we want to use it sparingly. You might be wondering, why would you get that in the first place? It is the only way your dash can go through enemies. So if you're just completely boxed in, it works great as just a sort of panic button. In addition, there'll be some parts where we have to like dash over a ledge, or a bottomless pit rather. And the enemies are just completely body blocking you, and there's, oh no, I bonked, okay. Sorry, serious time for just a second.
Yeah,
There we go.
Enemies have solid hitboxes, so although you won't get hit by being up against them, they will prevent you from doing anything.
Exactly. But if they're right against the edge of a ledge, you actually have to Phantom Slash to get through them, or just try to kill them. And if you don't have the ammo, you're just toast. And you just have to wait till they give you like an opening, and it doesn't always work. So that fight was a little bit spaghetti, but it's fine.
Oh right, you don't warp that module in this category.
We're not healing. We like to live dangerously. Some jerks just were in the middle of a grenade and didn't get hit. I'm a bit confused. So that's an example of the game being made for its controller. Like, I just tried to dash and it just sent me back out. Go ahead, sorry.
So although this is no major glitches, this is definitely the category I appreciate playing. You should definitely at some point check out a glitched run, which involves a lot of interesting clips.
So this was supposed to be the other bit we dash collect, but I accidentally grabbed the bit instead of the health pack, so we don't get to do that. This fight is fairly consistent. Only problem is if it eats an input when I'm going over the bottomless pits. Okay, so this next phase, we're going to get 3 enemies here, and we're going to try to manipulate this guy. If you do it right, you can manipulate that guy into killing himself instead of jumping down here. So we've got some rocket guys coming up. Rocket guys are heroes. They'll hit you from angles you didn't know were possible. So we want to deal with them fast. We're just going to charge a charge slash here and hit him, grab his bit, hit this guy. Okay, throw a grenade down there, and we're good. I accidentally got stuck on his hitbox, but that was a real solid fight, all told. And then here we're going to warp away. I may have done this before, but basically if you grab a module and then open the menu while you're still in the action of interacting, you can actually teleport away while you're doing the module and save just a little bit of time there. Normally you're locked into that cutscene and have to wait. So coming up we have Cave 2, or Cave 1 depending on how you look at it. This is the first instance of a really hard room, and this is probably the first death in the game if I had to put money on it. Basically there's a room with a bunch of crushing blocks, however their pattern is essentially random. There's not near as we can tell a way to manipulate it. We think, or at least I think, crushing blocks is based on what like pixel you enter the room, but because... Oh, seriously, you juked me? Wow. Dude never jukes me, he's a hero. We think it's like what pixel they actually look visible, and since they're not activated when you enter the room, it's different every single time because this game has subpixels and it sucks. So this fight, I fell off, okay. So this fight up here, there's going to be a bunch of enemies enclosed by walls. We're going to grab the bit, but try not to kill all the enemies first off, because if we kill all the enemies, the walls come up. And if enemies, sorry, I'd like to focus there. And if the other enemies enter, then it ends up wasting time because the walls will go back up and we have to beat them then. So that was actually a pretty good fight. Yeah. This is going to spaghetti so fast. For the record, I did mention that I was a bit out of practice coming into this. I haven't done this run in a little bit. But this is going pretty well. I think we're still going to beat second place by a significant chunk. So this guy falls in the sky. We kill him for his bit. So there is a 90% chance, like 9 times out of 10, these first 2 blocks will not go straight away. I'm going to take those odds. Nice. Oh, and we got a perfect... No! It ate my dash! We got a perfect pattern and it ate my dash. Oh. Okay. We got a perfect pattern and ate my dash. That sucks. You there? Sorry.
Oh, I hear you. I saw it.
No, you're just kind of cutting out on the mic. So I was just double checking. Yeah, no, we got a perfect pattern and ate my dash. I'm actually annoyed by that. Okay, so if you die, these are now random. So we have to wait. Okay, fast second try. We're fine with that. And this room is consistent, so we don't have to worry too much. This arena coming up here can be a bit difficult. There's a whole bunch of birds. We're going to start off by throwing a grenade, kill these, and basically just alternate between sword and pistol shots for these guys. That was perfect. Nice. Those are random, so I can't take too much credit, but that's still harder than it looks. Actually, if this had not been a death, that would have been a gold. I was, like, I don't know, 10 seconds off gold, and the death was definitely more than 10 seconds. That was really solid arena. So coming up here, we are going to go grab what we believe to be the intended first module in the game. This is far and away the most obvious, and yeah. Our best theory is that you're supposed to come up north, grab this module, like the north is the tutorial, you're supposed to get lost, and then go to east, and then use what you learned from east in order to beat the game. By the way, these ledges here can sometimes have really weird physics bugs. I didn't get any of them there, but they can send you way out of bounds, get you stuck behind the 8 module door, etc. That's really interesting. So this underground here leading up to the north warp, or to the north boss, it has more dash resets than basically any other place in the game. There's a whole section where it's just a bunch of individual small platforms. There is a really interesting fight coming up. So these bird priests we've been seeing are actually pretty dangerous enemies, especially casually. They're the first ones you can really see that can do 2 damage to you with their squares. We're not too worried about them, but there is a fight coming up where we have to fight a bunch of them. Alright, so basically we're going to go down here, we're going to kill this guy. We're going to Phantom Slash up, shotgun that guy, throw a grenade down there. Perfect fight. I just came up with that strat last night. I'm amazed it actually works.
It looks so good when you actually nail these kills. It's so great, it's so swag, he just throws it behind him.
I've been doing a completely different strat that was not consistent for ages, and I just came up with that by accident last night, and it works. It works so well. Okay, so we're going to start talking about what we're doing for the North boss. So I mentioned earlier that we'd be getting the other shotgun, and it will be good for bosses. You might be saying, but you said it was strictly inferior to shotgun. Like, how can you possibly say it's good for bosses? Well, you remember when I said that pistol is the 3rd best? Just because it's inferior to the normal shotgun, Diamond Shotgun is still the 2nd best item in the game. So you might be saying, but how is that useful for bosses? Well, see, the thing is, it's just simple math. 1 shotgun is going to be better than 2 shotguns. So we're going to equip 2 shotguns and do a lot of damage really fast. We only have 3 ammo right now, but we're going to be buying an ammo upgrade soon. Basically, the gist is, if you fire your gun, switch weapons, fire your gun, and repeat, you can just spam it. If you do it too fast, it starts to eat your inputs, but it's not too bad. So we can do about 15 damage in the space of just under a second. Which means, well, bosses only have like 50 HP. So this becomes more about ammo management than actually, like, dodging stuff. So here's the strat. We're going to dash up. We're going to walk up to him. We're going to do 2 plinks. 2 plinks, charge slash, dash down, dash up, unload, plink, charge slash, dash back to center, charge slash, plink. Or just eat my gun. There we go. And that's basically perfect North boss. It is possible to get a corner kill, but it's really hard. I didn't think I had it, so I didn't go for it. So yeah, if y'all thought that bosses were really fast in Fur's any percent run for GDQ, you ain't seen nothing yet. I have put a lot of time, perhaps too much time, into optimizing boss fights. I'm the current world record holder in fully loaded boss rush, and we can do most of those kills in 99%. I also just golded that, and that's a legit gold. That was entirely from that new fight strat. That was really good.
Dang.
We're going to do a quick menu here to try to get our weapons back to where we want them. That rifle that we picked up is necessary to hit some switches. It's also absurdly bad. It is actually really good casually because it's the only way your weapons can pierce. By the way, we're just quitting out of there after buying to save just a little bit of time. It's faster just to re-interact with him. than to wait for his acquisition cutscene. So we're going to go to west, and I hate this area. I honestly do. It's far and away my least favorite area, both casually and in the run, and especially in this run, because on the revisit, which we don't have to worry about right now, we have... That dash is supposed to work, whatever. Yeah, it worked the second time. Anyway. Yeah, time to plug boss rush, exactly. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior fully loaded boss rush? West is a huge problem because you notice that stamina bar up there? We're going to be out of stamina basically constantly, and there are enemies that like to chase you. So
yeah, West definitely eats your stamina up.
Yeah, and it's way, way worse in this run, just because there's so many like little side paths we have to go off of. It's pretty ridiculous. There's only really one moment in the initial visit to West that's particularly hard, and that's the Crystal Bridge. You're familiar with that, so you can rant about it when we get there. You don't actually know the full pain, though, because you haven't done the secrets off the Crystal Bridge, I think. Okay, so coming up here, this was the first moment I realized I wanted grenades in the run. I noticed these Dirks were having this party. I hate Dirks, so I just blow them all up. And I do it again because more spawn, and one then drops a bit. That fight takes like a solid 20 seconds without grenades, and you just throw 2 grenades, and you get the bit. Basically, the Dirk with the bit doesn't spawn until you kill most of the Dirks. I think it might actually be a specific Dirk, I don't know which one, from the first group, but it's still faster just to use 2 grenades. So coming up here, get around there. These dashes are actually really hard. There we go. So we're going to go to this key door, and these Dirks like to defend it. They like to body block you. But we made it past them. So fun fact here, this little glitch texture, that's a bottomless pit. We have no idea why that's the case. It's also really hard to fall into. Like,
Totally forgot about that.
You can like dash into it and curve around it. It's really hard to get into, but if you do, it's a bottomless pit. It's 100% not a, it's 100% a glitch and not like just a hole. It's really weird. Ooh, Dirks let me through for once. Nice. So we're going to go grab this bit over here. And then in order to get up here, we're going to shoot this flower. And then we have the jump scare. He'll always miss you. But we joke around that Dirk is just there to scare people who aren't suspecting him. Even though he will never, ever hit you. Like, I really wonder how many of these things that have just become running jokes because they're consistent gameplay stuff was on purpose and how much are mistakes on Heart Machine's part.
Definitely my favorite is my boy Charles.
Oh, Charles is amazing. So here we have a bunch of wolves. If they want your body, there's nothing you can do. You just have to accept that they want you. Some days they will never hit you. Some days they are unbelievably aggressive. It just depends.
Well, dogs are actually one of the other worst enemies. It's like dogs, wolves, and it's dogs, frogs, and birds.
Okay,
and
that's what it's supposed to be a fourth.
It's hard to decide which one's worst.
Dude, we're actually still on a legit run because that was supposed to be a 4th bit. That feels so good. Okay, so coming up in this underground, we will have a cough. You may have noticed a cough at the very start of the game. There's a bunch of cough triggers scattered throughout, and we'll be skipping most of them. This one, you can just go grab this health pack and go around it. So coming down here, this guy's a bit, and there's a bunch of enemies around, so we're just going to use a grenade. Grab that, and then if you just hug the wall there, you can hit the load zone through the wall. That is legal and no major glitches because you are not going out of bounds. That's the dev's fault, not ours. If you just stand down here, you can end that fight instantly. Okay, I had to Phantom Slash there.
That's a good reason for why, like, oh, right, in that arena. Good stuff. That one, actually, you literally just walk down.
Are you serious?
It opens up.
So I tried to throw a grenade, because I throw a grenade there, and it got stuck on the tree and didn't hurt anyone.
Safety grenade. My favorite. This grenade is only a test.
Okay, so Spiders just got here, and he doesn't know why we're doing 99%. Basically, the gist is you cannot 100% the game. It is not possible to get the New Game Plus cloak in Standard New Game. Oh, by the way, this tree doesn't exist. You can just walk around that. It's not possible to get the New Game Plus cloak in the Standard New Game. It is not possible to get the New Game cloak in this New Game Plus game. So, We can't get 100%. In addition, we do not do the dash challenge. As mentioned earlier, it's an auto-scroller that even a computer can fail. And the Horde Arena, because, well, frankly, it's RNG BS. Oh, I was going to go for a shotgun slide there, but I bonked.
Something I wanted to mention briefly about the module you just picked up. For those of you who can think back to that like 30 seconds ago, that module actually is open. You open the gates to it by killing the enemies around it, and the samurai dogs can meander into the gate. They can actually go through it, so you can actually lock an enemy behind a wall, and he can't. He's not.
I pressed the map button. I disagree. That was going to be a gold. Oh, sorry. I'm frustrated now. I 100% pressed the map button, and the game didn't.
Oh no! I saw that.
This game is so great about inputs. Oh, technically, Hilda, it is possible to get New Game Plus Cloak. You just need to hack the game, which is not legal in most speedruns. Oh, so coming up here, we have the only chance that I know of to permanently soft lock our game. We won't do it, fortunately.
Well, thank you for not doing so.
Oh wow, I'm just getting hammered here. Oh, by the way, crystal spiders are the worst. For the longest time, we thought they were actually... Seriously? Okay. It tries to bias you toward enemies and just dashed me off a ledge there. So basically, crystal spiders, we thought they would... I just fell through the world? What was that? I'm going to take another heal. So this save right here, by the way. If you stay with 1 health, sometimes it'll save you on top of that pit. And if it saves you on top of that pit, and you die, you just fall endlessly and instantly die again. You can't like revive, get saved, etc. This is why we need the rifle, is for this. We'll do that and just phantom slash down there, grab that. So crystal spiders are the worst because they will get under, if they hit you, you'll get stuck in place. Sorry, this is actually a difficult part to talk and play at the same time. So if they hit you, you'll get stuck in place. That's not the biggest deal in the world, except they... Oh, dude, walk around that. There we go. Dude. No. Okay. God, that went to spaghetti because I couldn't do inputs. Okay, sorry, I couldn't talk and do that at the same time. Anyway, so basically crystal spiders... Yeah, crystal spiders are the worst because they will freeze you in place. But as I mentioned, they only tested this game for controller. And they said you have to do X number of directional inputs to get out. But like every micro turn of the control stick counts as a directional input. Not the same with keyboard and mouse. It's like a half rotation with the control stick in order to get out of that. It's like 20 inputs on keyboard and mouse that you have to mash out in order to get out.
No.
It's so bad. But crystal spiders, we've discovered, are completely manageable. Well, not completely, because as random as they look, they can only attack toward the right. So if they're on your left, you don't have to worry about them. And that was a good crystal spider bit. I'm happy with that. So coming up here, we're going to plink this guy. We're going to do shotgun, and then normal plink, and then a sword slash. Not necessarily in that order. Yes, Hilda, thank you for the spaghetti. I'm Italian, by the way, so you'll see lots of spaghetti in this run. Is that racist?
Someone touch my spaghetti.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but grenades are probably the single worst thing in the game in terms of getting inputs eaten, to the point where it has to be on purpose. We don't know if them like coming out is a glitch and they're not supposed to come out sometimes, or them not coming out as the glitch and they're always supposed to come out. Sorry, a bug. My bad, Hilda. By the way, we got to save and quit there because that is a 4th module. And we're just going to shoot across there so we don't have to walk up to it.
One slight thing to note is that if you don't necessarily have to break a box open to get its contents inside. Sometimes you can just interact with it if you know it's there.
That is technically correct. I never bother doing that because I'm bad at this game.
I mean, breaking the interactable also gives you ammo, so...
I don't know how... I know the first slam I didn't get hit by because I framed it. But I don't know how I didn't get hit by the second one. Basically, your dash is a handful of iframes. It's like 2 or 4. I don't remember.
It's better once you get the upgrade, which just completely negates projectiles, correct?
In theory, it completely negates projectiles. It does not usually work. Like, half the upgrades in this game are buggy messes, by the way. Okay, so here we have Crystal Bridge. I'll let you take over commentary for this because it sucks and I want to concentrate.
Ah, yes, the Crystal Bridge. So, Fur also screwed this up. So, it's honestly, it's not easy. There's a pixel that you can stand on that you can just keep dashing to get across the entire bridge at. If you don't do that properly, you'll get slapped by some spikes. And you could easily bonk into something, which will chain you from the bonk into the spikes. Luckily,
I was out of stamina.
luckily,
I'm just gonna
sometimes
sit.
when you
Wait.
bonk, you don't get touched by spikes. Why does that happen?
My best theory is it's actually some spikes will not hit you while you're bonked, some will. Like the ones in the 8 module door, you will never ever get hit if you bonk. Except for like that one time you do, but we don't know why that's the case. Oh, so it's our buddy, the Pink Drifter. Oh, hell yeah, man. How you doing? I haven't seen you in ages. Nothing to say? Okay. Just throw some blood on my feet. Not a big deal.
So something about these cutscenes is you can sort of slide into them, but the game also purposefully slows your game down to try and eat your inputs, just so you don't drift into the cutscene.
Oh, you can also offset Doggo's location with a grenade, and it's hilarious because he just goes drifting off. I wish I'd gone for that in this round, to be honest. So over here, we have a room called the Poker Room. See if you guys can figure out why. Oh, I'm going to dash down, I'm going to slash, and then I'm going to do a Phantom Slash, and that should put me right on top of the module. I did it, but I didn't get the input. So if you guys haven't figured out why it's called the Poker Room, it's because these guys are playing poker. Oh, I need to split. I am now 3 mins behind PB. Fortunately, we have 3 mins to save in South, so we can still PB. It's in there.
Don't worry about it. No one would have known if you didn't say anything. I mean, this is a professional. This run is on world record pace. Shut up.
So we throw a grenade to get that bit because they were jerks and they threw a crystal mine underneath the bit. So we try to break the box from far away. In addition, it deals with the dirks, so they won't bother us. So coming up here in the room after this one, we're just having a whole bunch of cleanup. It's pretty basic stuff, not much to talk about. If this was a GDQ run, this would be a great time for some donations. If you want to make some up, Moo, you're welcome to.
Yes, we have a $5 donation from $5 donation. It says $5 donation.
Oh, real fast, right here. We throw a grenade, kills both gunners, and opens the box. Oh god. I'm going to Phantom Slash. Oh, I ate my Phantom Slash, but it gave me a dash that got me out. Cannot complain about that. Oh, I forgot to grab the bit for killing this guy. That was almost terrible.
It's actually kind of hilarious how often in this game you can sneak by an enemy without actually doing anything.
Yeah, we do not fight most of the enemies in this game. Oh, actually, you jerk. Possibly. You jerk. Oh my god, I've never had him follow me up there. That was very scary for just a second. So there is actually a bit at the start of this room, but it's actually way easier to get it second because the enemies will try to follow us over here and none of them are by the bit.
It is, without a doubt, incredibly satisfying watching various enemies just run into spikes because of how annoying they can be.
Yeah, we think that's actually the intended strat for 8 module door. We will get to 8 module door way later in the run, unfortunately. We have to do all of South.
I remember that. Word. I'm excited.
What? Okay, not a big deal. The monolith module was a save, but what? He followed me in there and then body blocked me with his hitbox. I've never seen that. Like, I was just trying to get around it. Unfortunately, that does make this bit a bit harder because it deaths reset enemy locations. So coming up here, we're going to have a key door. We're going to throw a grenade at the key door because there's going to be a bunch of wolves that rush us at once. Or not. Oh, those are the wolves I killed for the bit. Maybe that is faster to kill them. I'll keep that in mind. So this key door is technically useless. It just has a switch to open another door. And it's like, why not just put that stuff in here, honestly? So this place up here is a bit interesting. So we have a bit, which isn't a big deal. And then we have a key. This is the only key that does not have a cutscene associated with it. We have no idea why, but we can just dash away. And it'll just show us the key there. That is not anything we're doing. It does not matter when you get that key. It just does not have a cutscene. So here I'm going to use keyboard mouse strats and just do a charge slash to kill that, even though that destroys my stamina, because a lot of times if you try to blink that, you'll just click off screen. Like, what this game considers to be off screen is a bit fraudulent, frankly. Okay, so coming up here, we have a West boss. We're going to go for an AI manipulation. It just depends on if it eats our inputs going in. It did not. We're golden. We messed up, but...
Did you get twice in the same corner? Let's see.
Okay, we ended up going way too high. There's way more lag in boss rush, and that's where I do most of my practice. So we summoned both of them, but that's not a big deal. We still got a halfway decent fight.
Nice.
And here we get the Zelixta. This would be one of the coolest weapons in the game if its internal cooldown wasn't completely broken. We'll go through that in just a sec. So coming up right here is a cutscene skip. So there's actually a judgment cutscene, but if you break that crystal, you can just walk around.
I hit it? No! I've never done that. I've never done that.
Well, I'm sad. You might want to take off your headphones real fast. This can be a bit loud.
You're getting a nice hug from Mr. Snuffles.
Well, we only found the skip like 2 weeks ago, so I haven't played around with all how careful you have to be. I think I dash biased onto this crystal and dashed me into the cutscene. That sucks. Okay, that's not the biggest time loss in the world, but we can no longer be green this split, unfortunately. I can menu here though, so we can do that. So what was I saying about something or another going before that?
See you later, Mr. Snuffles.
Yo, I was saying something prior to getting that cutscene. Talking about the cutscene. Do you remember what it was?
You lost me on it, unfortunately.
Okay, so we're actually going to warp over to East. We're going to do the cleanup now.
You were talking about boss rush and then some extra lag. That you definitely spend way more time on boss rush than anyone else ever has.
Yeah, boss rush is like way less. Oh, right. So the AI manipulation, basically he's supposed to summon one guy, then the other guy. But because I was too high, he summoned both guys. And that's our thing.
420 Aurorius, let's go.
Yo, that slide strat was so sick. That was actually an accident. I'm 100% doing that forever now. That was so cool. That was so perfect. That was so perfect. I'm 100% trying to get that consistent now. Okay, so we are not quite done with the rifle yet. We still have one more usage of it in the game. Coming up here, you might be like, oh, we've been here before. Well, we've gone through most of this before. We still have to go back and grab two things. There is an arena that we skipped earlier that you technically have to fight now. But if these slimes are not in the wrong position, in which case I will just destroy them with a grenade, we can just skip it. And we're golden. Seriously? That's supposed to be a dash reset. What? I just... You get the idea. Speedrunning noises. So coming over here, we are going to get a cloak and a bit. The cloak is the best cloak in the game, no questions asked. By the way, you have to shoot this bit, or else if you do two dashes, you'll actually curve around it and end up in the water over here. It's so dumb.
Would you mind telling me what this cloak does?
So this cloak is the white cloak. And it is far and away the best cloak in the game, mathematically speaking, because it is the only one that works off of a percentage instead of a flat bonus. But this cloak, in addition to being, mathematically speaking, the best cloak, is actually really, really good for this run, because the effect it has is with our interaction times. See this door and how it's taking forever to interact with that door? White cloak cuts all our interaction times in half. That includes bits, that includes switches, that includes doors. This ends up saving so much time over the course of the run. We come and get it as soon as we have the keys.
Was way faster, yeah.
So we're actually going to shoot this and then exit. And then this is Soccer Kid. A lot of you may know him as the hardest boss in the game.
Oh no! Yeah, please do me a favor and just wreck this kid. That would make me feel much better.
Turns out it's actually faster to sit here and wait for full stamina than to do individual charge slashes. So we take a break.
You know, making this kid here look like a total joke. Being a grown ass man and then just like
Ooh, we got first frame.
his own game. This is exactly what we live for. If you have not casually played this game and you really need to need to play this kid.
I'm going to try to do a one with casual strats. Oh, I actually got it. Never mind. I'm a god. I'm actually a god. No, but basically Soccer Kid is a nightmare because if he touches you at all, he causes a hard knockdown, and he can combo with that hard knockdown. But the big thing is he's an idiot. He does not know how to score on you. He just knocks you down the whole time while trying to kick the ball and do like these fancy moves. So he's the most aggravating thing ever to fight casually. If you have not seen the current Soccer Kid RTA world record, we go for strats way crazier than what you're seeing in this run. This loses about maybe 8 seconds on what an optimal Soccer Kid would be. Maybe more. Yo, it's a doggo. Wait, does that mean we... Oh, I forgot to split for Soccer Kid. We get to see our good buddy, the Pink Drifter. Hey, man, how you doing? Well, you know, I actually lied to you guys. We're not talking to him because we like him. We're talking to him because we want him to die. No. Because we want his clothes. We need his clothes. We just need to steal his clothes. They're so fashionable. Like, look at that fur coat, man. All right, we stole his clothes. We don't care about him anymore.
My Pink Drifter.
Oh, shoot. So there's going to be, first off, the monolith I forgot the other day. So please remind me. So just tell me right now to grab the monolith.
Did you explain skipping the cutscene from grabbing a warp by pausing the game?
I did not. So basically, if you basically just did. It's not complicated.
So there's supposed to be a cutscene that plays every time you activate the warp.
Phantom Slash right there. Otherwise, you'll get stuck. Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt you, but this is a great example of why White Cloak is amazing. That fight is, technically speaking, one of the harder ones in the game, but you can just grab it before any enemies can possibly hit you.
Right, White Cloak. Oh my god, that is way faster.
Yeah.
80%, you would have to like walk around that thing and hope and pray that none of those spiders get to you before you manage to unlock the bridge.
Oh, by the way, Moo, check out my strat for this room.
Check out the frog. Alright. Impress me, Wheelie. Let's go.
I'm actually grabbing this health pack for safety.
Strats, so.
I'm grabbing this health pack for safety.
There we go. That was so good.
So anyway, to actually explain it, basically whenever you grab a warp, it's supposed to show you that you've collected the map for that area and that you have that warp. But if you just open your menu and then exit out, that cycle is always consistent. I could walk there, no problem.
Something about the room that Rory has just completed by throwing 2 grenades in it. That's actually a little more incredible than it may look because there are lots of like triggers in the game, and if you run back through a certain trigger, you'll actually spawn more enemies, which will prevent the bridge from opening up.
Yo, I'm gonna go into Mimic with 2 health because we've got this.
Oh, you'll be fine. How did your charge slash miss that?
I know. So this is a module, or it's not a module. It's a boss. Oh, it's not a boss. Okay. Two shotgun mimic is the funnest thing in the world. By the way, for the record, I don't mean to like brag or anything, but the game is way harder than it looks. Basically, you're not supposed to do a lot of this stuff. Plinking is not intended. Sorry, Vin, just talking to you straight here. Basically, you can cancel almost anything into almost anything, and it ends up being the skill cap is significant. Oh, I need to split. It's significantly higher than the devs intended. By the way, 80% no major glitches is 30 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes. So you should totally pick that up. It's a great category. Actually
love it.
started by my friend here.
Hi. This game is super, super fun to play. By the way, like Rory said, boss kills are actually insane. Without killing them at these speeds, they are completely relentless. They are super brutal. Like
Oh.
they're not nice people.
This room is actually one of my favorite in the game if I do it right. So there's a bunch of bots here. We're actually going to dash down, kill one, and if we just hold up, they will never reach us. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm not dead. Ah, you guys are idiots, and you missed. Okay, so we get a rocket guy here. As I mentioned, they're heroes, but if you just shoot right there... Oh, I missed.
Those guys, Jesus Christ, please heal.
No, we're golden. We're
Okay,
golden.
you healed. Retroact.
I actually missed that shot. I'm sad. I had to Phantom Slash there because those guys were blocking me.
Those robots that rear their arms back and they swing their blades at you, they actually have...
Are you serious? That dash is not working.
Box. They will literally hit you a mile away if you're not careful.
Okay, that was an example of a grenade getting eaten and having to improvise. Fortunately, I got pretty good luck, and White Cloak saved my ass. Oh, by the way, these dashes just do not work sometimes, and we don't know why. What? Yeah, I got... Okay, I actually dashed and then got sent back. Look at that. That's hilarious. Okay, so this room right here is actually one of the hardest in the game. There is a lot of stuff that can go wrong. Like, a lot of stuff. And if you die, you get sent back and have to do it all over.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
It's not quite that bad. Remember how I said there's never been a deathless run in this category? Oh, that guy will miss you every time. And you can actually just dash up there. It ends up saving a bit of time. We think that dash is actually not intended, but it's 100% free. I'm out of stamina, unfortunately, so I have to take that a bit slow. So coming up here is possibly the best / worst hidden module in the game. Like, it's to the point where I don't think it's good game design. Rocket guy, leave me alone. So you can actually shoot the, if you know how to time it, you can shoot the rocket guy and hit the rocket exactly as it spawns and kill him like that. So we actually have to shoot this down here, then go down here and shoot some... Okay, so I mentioned there's dash bias, there's also aim bias, and it's annoying. There's one room a bit later in the run, it's the hardest room in the game actually, that is made an absolute nightmare because of aim bias. We'll get there when we get there. So coming up here, we'll hope for a good exit. That is a save, so that's not the biggest deal if we die at this point. I do disagree with that dash though. I'm going to hit these guys for some ammo because I do need a bit for this fight. So this is the mech arena. This entire arena is based off of killing stuff. So basically we're going to throw a grenade up here. We're going to kill most of these derps. Dash here twice. Throw a grenade. Get them just as they're spawning. Kill this guy. Oh, time it wrong. Okay. I thought I had 3 health packs. I think I only had 2. I thought I had... So if you have 3 health packs, you cannot... And you collect a 3rd one... Oh, I forgot grenade. If you have 3 health packs and you collect another one, you actually can't die. It's hilarious. The game will just keep trying to heal you. You remember when I said rocket guys are heroes? That was one hell of a shot.
Oh my god, Chuck got you.
I got bodied. Oh, Dirk, come back here. You idiot. Okay, 3rd try is fine.
So it's actually hilarious to note that you can shoot the rockets basically as soon as they fire them and destroy them at the same time.
Yeah, if you do not take this upper path and you hit that switch, you actually have to go through the entire dungeon again. It's impossible to get these items. So don't do that. I'm really glad they did not decide to put items on both patches. Or on both paths. I can't talk. Jesus. Oh, why am I charge slashing? Okay, so here we have Merlin. We are not going to death abuse because it actually loses time in this category, and every other category it would save time.
Really? That was Ganon.
Wait, did you say you thought it was canon?
I thought it was Ganon.
Oh, Ganon. Okay, I thought you were saying.
You can totally reflect those balls back at him, right?
No, I think he's actually has two names in the game's code. He is called Bullet Baker and Ganon, depending on where you look. He is called the Sorcerer on the Steam cards, and I personally call him Merlin. A lot of the boss names I use are not official, and it gives me... Oh, by the way, 4th module, we have to save and quit. Yeah, that is all 4th modules we have to save and quit, except North, I think. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so...
Bosses also have tarot card names.
Exactly. In addition, I've come up with my own names for each and every one of them, and it gives me no small amount of pride that because I've done Boss Rush so much, I've actually seen people I've never, ever spoken to before using my official names. I'm just like, yes. Or my unofficial names, rather. That was very loud.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Only part of it came through, so we only got like the height of it. And lost a minute. Yay. We're still on sub 2 pace, which is all I care about. We're very comfortable sub 2 pace. So coming up, we are going to do the Path to Reaper. This includes what used to be one of the worst rooms in the game, but I think I've got an actual consistent strat for it. And I'm pretty proud of it.
Oh, please tell me you're going to attempt to kill him with the floor.
No. Oh, we're 100% spoilers.
I just wanted to make sure. The floor is lethal.
No, I'm talking about the room after this one. That's the one I'm worried about. Although I am a bit nervous for Reaper, because I'm going for something insane.
So what's your PB for 99%?
149.56, I want to say, something like that. For reference, second place is and world record for a long time. Oh no, spaghetti. Dash, 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 dash. Please dash. I'm not dead. I'm dead. Ah. Okay, I forgot that I would still have 1 health. Okay. Do I have to do menu again? I do. Okay. I didn't get the save at the start, unfortunately. I'm going to wait there, just in case. This is, as I said, one of the absolute hardest rooms in the game. Because they throw like 50 billion jerks at you. Oh, I bonked. And I will take second try on this. Oh, shoot. I walked away. So we're going to throw a grenade, slash that guy, pick up his bit. We're going to switch to rifle here. And actually get it first try. And fall through the floor. We'll go and heal. And this right here is the... It's fall through the floor. What? Okay. This is the room we usually buy Phantom Slash for. Because the Dirks will usually completely body block you. But they were actually nice to us today. And we made it out. This room can be a bit tricky. We're going to shotgun plink that guy. Grab that guy. Phantom Slash through these guys. Throw a grenade. Just in case. And they weren't there so they aren't bothering us. We just throw the grenade anyway without really looking. Because sometimes it's useful, sometimes it won't be. We're going to go ahead and grab this key. We're going to grab this health pack. And coming up here in this room was spaghetti for everyone for a very long time. I sat down for like 2 hours one day, and I just figured out the optimal route to get through this room. So we're going to dash here. We're going to shoot up twice. We're going to dash down. There. 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 Kill this guy. Dash up to that guy. And then we're through the room. Fantastic. I'm going to wait for a save here, just in case. Nice! Chat. We just death abused Reaper. That's really hard. So when we cheese him like that, we have to re-enter the room in order to collect his bits, which means we need to die as we kill him. Or we can just kill him and re-enter the room. Sorry that was so loud. I actually screamed at Hilda. That is a really, really stupidly hard trick to get. I can't believe I got that in a run. So there is actually a 100% free version, but we would have to re-enter the room and it loses like 10 seconds. Yeah, Exploud. Why are you complaining about noise on your stream? So that's honestly like the one trick in the run I wanted to nail. I can just mercy kill this run at this point, and I don't care.
I will be right back.
This this Dirk right here, if he's on top of where those bots spawn, and you kill him with a shotgun, the hitbox still exists, because they spawn the same frame that the Dirk dies. So you can actually kill the 2 bots and the Dirk with a single shotgun, but it is a bit RNG dependent. He needs to be over there. I tried to manipulate him over there, but I couldn't get it. Not much to say here, unfortunately. Oh, it's your good friend Charles. You have anything to say about him? So Charles right there is the missile guy. He's killed so many runs. And so many people. But if you just dash up there, he's fine. There's also a strat that Mumu loves, where if you just shoot him and destroy his missile and hit him, and it works out fine. I'm actually going to turn up the music in this game just a little bit. I need some noise. Oh, I got a slide, dang. So unfortunately, there's not really much to talk about right now. This is mostly just going through collecting stuff. It's all stuff we've done before at this point. We can shoot that, destroy all those Dirks, not get caught on the health pack like I wanted. Oh. So the one in the previous room and this room look very similar. So I optimized that. By the way, this has a hitbox. It's hilarious. Yeah, more donations, Mumu. Give me something. Okay, so this room, by the way, if we die between here and when we last grab that module, we have to go all the way back to the module. It's the worst death in the game.
Oh god, right. This, like, this...
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Look at where my mouse was, by the way, Mumu. On that Phantom. That was a 90-degree angle. So anyway, we killed all those guys because if they come over here, they can basically just keep mashing that button and pseudo soft lock you. It's pretty obnoxious. So we just killed them. I think it would technically be faster to just RNG it, but I've never seen it actually done. This is my favorite strat in the game. Basically, we shotgun here, and it pushes the... Ooh, I actually got perfect RNG on the Dirks too. There's our RNG. It pushes the bot back far enough that it'll be hit by the explosive canister in addition to triggering the canister. So you just end that fight in one shot. That is my favorite single fight strat in the game that I've not come up with myself. So coming up here, we have 2 more bots. We're just going to throw a grenade, and then pistol, grab his bit, and we're out of there. So coming up soon, we're going to have Archer. Archer, in at least the setting I'm going for, is the biggest instance of RNG in this game. Basically, we have something like a 1 out of 5 chance for it to give us a pattern where the perfect kill is even doable. And we probably won't get it. But if we do, I'll be so hype. I've never actually gotten it in a run, because I either don't get the pattern or I choke it. So here we have to kill all these enemies for a bit. We get the bit, and we're on to Archer. So there is a little cutscene skip here we can do, where if we just hold up, and we throw a grenade, and it kills that Dirk, and it skips the upcoming cutscene.
Rip the Save the Dirk donation.
Dang. Not quite. I accidentally missed a plink, and then I missed my Phantom Slash. I'm not sure if the game ate my Phantom Slash or I missed it, but I did not get a Phantom Slash at the point.
I mean, I saw it come out, but it didn't hit him.
No, that was a Phantom Slash I did after the point. It was supposed to be 3 plinks, Phantom Slash, 2 plinks, but it did give me the Phantom Slash at the 3rd plink. I also missed one of the plinks, or the game ate one of my plinks, rather. As I mentioned, this game's really bad about inputs, and it's especially bad in bosses, and we're not really sure why. I am actually going to save time on this split, though, which is a nice feeling. Not a gold, though. So coming up, we have just a little bit of cleanup for South, and then Sky Factory. Sky Factory is one of the 2 hardest arenas in the game, and quite frankly, nothing else even comes close to these 2. It is our only instance outside of the Horde Arena of seeing the fearsome Omega Dirk, which is basically a normal Dirk, except he has 12 health and a machine gun. Oh, by the way, that's my favorite shot in the game. And we're going to skip this cutscene for the key acquisition by teleporting away. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh god, this room.
Yes. You were saying something.
Right. So the Omega Dirk has one other thing that you can do, and that's that normally Dirks will run away if there's only one of them left. They will casually attack you otherwise, but the Omega Dirk can basically convince them all to go extremely aggressive.
We will be attempting to insta-kill every single Omega Dirk, because having to deal with them is not fun at all, quite frankly. It is slightly RNG whether we get it. Basically, Sky Factory is really, really interesting because it has a bunch of platforms that can go into bottomless pits, and if you trick stuff onto them and they fall, it insta-kills them. So we'll be doing that a lot to try to get double bonk, seriously, to try to save just a little bit of time and ammo and sanity, quite frankly. The first phase of Sky Factory is just a bunch of dashes. These actually look ridiculous, but the only danger is inputs getting eaten, and that's usually not a problem here. This should be pretty clean. I have no idea what cannon enemy names, by the way, are, Vin. Sorry, serious time here for a sec. And that was a perfect entrance. That was really good. Let me make sure I get the save. Okay, there we go. So we're going to walk up here, try to bait these Dirks onto there, throw a grenade. I have no idea what happened there. But we're, by the way, we're at 3 health packs. We're going to try as much as we can to get a third one. Oh, sorry, to just pick up new ones instead of popping one, because that was faster. I actually need serious time for this, so talk. Or don't. Let it speak for itself. One of the two. Okay, we got 2 insta-kills. That's really nice.
Yeah, those guys are a pain in the ass.
Yo, I think we're going to first try this. Oh, by the way, these leapers will just stand on nothing if they start their attack pattern. So you can't insta-kill them. Or you can, but it's really tricky. Yo, that is 100% a gold Sky Factory. I don't care what you tell me, Splits. That was so fucking good. Pardon my language. That was so freaking good. By the way, we just saved... oh, I forgot to split on cleanup, that's why. Yeah, that was 100% gold, but I don't get to keep it because I forgot to split for cleanup. Wait, what am I doing? We don't do Dogeland right now. I need to do a menu also. I'm not paying attention. There we go. So coming up, we have like 3 of the hardest... No, none of that was RNG, Hilda. That was all me. We have 3 of the hardest rooms in the game, back to back to back. Well, not quite back to back to back with stuff in between. But this room is an absolute nightmare. Basically, we're going to go down to this arena, which is not bad. Kill some crystal golems. Kill some crystal spiders. We're going to grab this bit. And then here's where it gets scary. There's going to be a bunch of crystal spiders and a bunch of wolves going after us really aggressively. We're going to throw a grenade if it ever comes out, which also opens the box. And then we'll go out back the way we came. If we go out the other way, it aggroes even more stuff. And we made it out of there alive. That's what I like to see. So coming up here, we're going to grab this key. And then we're going to go attack some Dirks. One of them is going to have a bit. I can never actually keep track of which one has the bit. So I'll just throw a grenade and kill them all. And the next is the worst room in the game. By the way, this tree doesn't have a hitbox, so you can just walk through it. So we're going to try really hard to get that save there. We got that. Fantastic. We're going to dash across. We're going to heal. We're going to shotgun that to open that. Oh, we got hit. We are going to Phantom Slash and then mash out heal. And we made it through alive. That's what I like to see. So I mentioned that there's aim bias. This particular pylon is really bad. We got it first try. Last night I had to re-enter the the room where we are about to go into with the yellow cloak like 4 times in order to get ammo to get this because it kept missing even though I was aiming straight at it. So here's the yellow cloak. This cloak, up until recent patches, actually didn't work. But what it does is it just increases your normal walking speed. We're never walking anyway, so it ends up not being good enough. The only thing that is worth putting on is white cloak, just because it's so fashionable. Just a bit of background about those cloaks, though. Each of them comes with a sword and a little robot buddy. You can see we have that little robot buddy there. Each of them also carry the effects, so you can mix and match 3 of them. Okay. Oh, dude! Dude, that was so cool. The enemy hit the pylon for us. That saves us time. I've never actually seen the enemy hit that. I want to see if that. I want to manipulate that, see if it's consistent. I'll practice that after the fact. Okay, so we're going to actually shotgun to kill that there fast and just walk all the way down, and we can actually walk around that explosive guy instead of waiting for him. In addition, over here, we are going to hit a switch, dash back down here, grab this bit, and if we're really fast, which we usually aren't, we can actually make it back just before, just before that crystal. Here's an example of a tricky, tricky dash. If you actually aim closer to where it's supposed to look like, ooh, that was a gold, nice. Like, how's that a gold? I guess, yeah, we didn't die. Oh, and don't forget this here. I usually forget this bit. So yeah, if, where was I? Never mind. I've lost the thought. So we're just going to do a little bit of cleanup in this next room. I do want to heal, because there are some aggressive wolves here. But basically, we're just going to go in a giant circle. There's a bit, a monolith, or a module, and then a bit. Then we're going to get a monolith, do West 8 door, and just finish out with West. Oh, shoot. So there's actually, by the way, there's a bug in this game where if you get a hard knockdown, and then you get any sort of hit, it instantly resets that hard knockdown. Permanently. Or not permanently, but like any other hard hits will also reset that hard knockdown. So it's like, don't get hard knockdowns when you're surrounded by enemies, or you're probably dead. Dude! Hitboxes, please. So the reason you talk to Pink Drifter, by the way, in the story, is there's 4 intended quote-unquote modules that the devs want you to get and show you the locations for. Pink Drifter is the one who shows you those locations. In addition, there's 4 hidden modules. You can get any combination of those 8 modules for the 4 you need to complete the story. And then all 8, as we said, unlocks the 8 module challenge doors. So coming up pretty soon, we're going to have the West 8 door. This is widely considered to be the single hardest arena in the game. I completely disagree. Casually, not in the speedrun setting. I completely disagree. Oh, let me see if I can get this. No. Okay, there is a setup if you do 2 dashes and then dash around to skip the cough there, but it's pretty ridiculous. So we have to grab this and then wait a second and then teleport out. So West 8 module is the Crystal Dash Challenge. There is going to be a bunch of crystals, and then at the end of it, there's this whole gigantic horde of enemies.
I love this arena.
You love this arena? Yeah. But we think the intended... Oh, I forgot to split. There we go. I'm going to actually grab an extra health pack over here, just in case. More for north than anything else. So we think the intended way is to just bait all the enemies out onto these, but we have a better way. First off, by the way, if it doesn't, you can't see it, it doesn't exist, so we can just walk on the floor there. Ooh, that was a bad mistake on my part. So again, they're just exploding, doing nothing. So we're going to dash twice down here. Oh, got hit. We're going to dash, grenade, phantom slash, charge slash, not coming out. Charge slash did not come out, grenade took forever to come out. Okay, that's an example of death to Eden inputs, not a big deal. We get a chance to show this again. Unfortunately, that death was not really my fault, so I can't feel too bad about it. Okay, so we're going to dash, grenade, phantom slash, charge slash, and that kills basically everything. Throw a second grenade, and we're golden. That's how it's supposed to go. Oh, seriously?
Does this cloak do?
This cloak supposedly makes it easier to chain dash. We do not think it works.
My favorite typical gaming instance of congratulations on doing this thing really, really hard. Now that you won't ever have to do something this hard again with this ability, here, have something that makes it easier.
I mean, that's basically the dash challenge. So we're going to grab this. We're going to grab this bit, and then we're going to warp back to town. We're going to do the final north cleanup now. And by the way, we're only 2.5 minutes behind PB. This is actually a solid run. So we're going to do the cleanup for north. One of the things included is the dark room. This is, in my opinion, the single worst designed room in the entire game. I don't just mean for the speedrun. I don't mean it's hard. I mean I actually think it's poor game design. And I don't know what they were thinking, quite frankly. By the way, the initial fight, throw a grenade. Eh. So here we're going to dash, fire, and then we're golden. So coming up here, at the very beginning of the game, we skipped a cough. And now we have the chance to figure out if we're actually going to save 1.5 seconds. We're saving 1.5 seconds. Yes. Yeah, so this is basically like Legend of Zelda on crack. It's a phenomenal game. So by the way, this blue cloak here, the dark blue cloak, reduces the timing your sword slashes. In addition, it has the white sword. Like the white cloak has this kind of orange sword. But what's interesting about this cloak is you can grab it multiple times. For whatever reason, the trigger, it sets the flag that you have the cloak. Grabbing it multiple times won't do anything. But it never actually deletes the trigger to, or hits the trigger to delete the guy. You can still go back and grab the cloak. Oh, I disagree. Whatever. We'll do Dark Room on no health. Not a big deal. So we're going to throw a grenade down here. Kill all these Dirks. Grab the bit. Okay, so this is the Dark Room. It is the only room in the game where you have limited visibility, and then there's these insta-kill blocks, which they could not have possibly expected a first-time player to be fine there. Like, I strongly dislike the notion of trial and error. Like, I think there's a difference between something being hard and something there's no way you could get it on your first try except getting lucky. So we're just, basically it's a maze with a bunch of spiders. And we have to go up here, we go around here, not the big deal. We just phantom slash there because there's a lot of layers. This guy, you're supposed to go behind it. There is no way a casual player will ever figure that out first try. It's very, very rare to see someone figure that out second or third try. That's actually just poor game design. And that's my rant for the day.
Oh, I think I might have done that only because like I spent forever in this room and I actually got lost.
Okay, but that's a decent dark room split. Next is Bird Room. If this does not eat any of my inputs, this is one of the easiest rooms in the game despite how it looks. I almost never, ever get this first try.
Oh, I know where you're going. That room sucks.
Yeah, it does. So we're not actually going to kill any of the birds here. And with any luck, we won't get dashes eaten, and we're good. Sometimes we'll take 1 or 2 hits. But if we have to, or if we're forced to try to heal... actually, serious time, sorry. Already eating dashes, nice start. Wow. That was probably a gold. Yeah, that was a gold by 7 seconds.
Congratulations.
That was really stupidly good.
With that, I am going to have to actually take my leave now.
Don't worry about it.
Completely confident you will finish out like a champ.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mumu. If you guys are not following Mumu Akai for some reason, please go drop her a follow. Absolutely amazing Shovel Knight runner. Or, I guess, Spectre Knight, if that's not the same thing.
I can play all of them. Anyway,
all right.
Thank you so much. Good luck on the rest of your run, and thank you for filling in here, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for inviting me. Have a great day. Alright, so this is the waterfall dungeon. I love this area visually, by the way. Like, oh, I can't actually wait. But, like, just look at that. It's so beautiful. So we're going to go down here. We're going to grab a bit. We actually have to kill all these birds in order to advance the, door. However, here's the interesting thing. Normally, they can't be hit when they're flying. But with guns, they can. So it becomes ammo management, essentially. Oh, we're going to go over here. Thank you, Exploud, for dropping the follow. We're going to go over here. We're going to throw a grenade. Idiot. So it ate my grenade shot for a while there. I was literally mashing it. Not a big deal. So, and it breaks the box, saves us just a little bit of time. So coming up here, we have to kill all these birds at some point, and they're random. So we kind of have to take this a bit slow. Get this bit. That was actually really good. And then this advances the path over here, so we can dash over here, grab that health pack, and grab this bit. So I might need to call a serious time a couple times here, unfortunately. This is a really stupidly hard dungeon. Probably the hardest in the game. Oh, shoot. Miss, whatever. Not a big deal. So we're going to go over here. We're going to shotgun plink this guy, grab his bit. We're going to tank a shot there. And just eke over there. In addition, we need to kill this guy and these guys. And we're golden. We're actually going to grab this health pack just in case. We have to wait for just a second here for these guys to spawn. And, oh, dash by us, please. It was the flowers. We can still grab that, though. And then over here, we have, in my opinion, the single best hidden item in the game. You have to shoot this while behind it. You might think, oh, no, I'm soft locked. No, there's actually, it opens a wall over here. And we get to get this last bit. So coming up here is the arena for Waterfall Dungeon. And this is super serious time. I'm not going to be talking during this. This is the hardest part of the game. As you can see, I'm trying to space out shot swords and pistols just to keep ammo in a good spot to get the birds that troll me. In addition, in a little bit, not here. Oh, shoot. I'm going to take an intentional fall, and that will put me back at the start. And this ends up saving just a little bit of time. Because I have to exit, re-enter, I'm going to heal, and then re-enter. And I no longer have to wait for this cycle. We can kill that guy, throw a grenade. That was a stupidly good arena. That was real solid. Like, that's a gold. That was actually a gold by almost 30 seconds. That was a stupidly good arena. Nice. Okay, so here we just have a little bit of cleanup. And if we have a valid run, I think this actually would have been a PB if I hadn't forgotten that bit in East. This was real solid. So we're actually going to go down here. This bit that any % no major glitches get in the beginning, we're actually getting right now at the very end of the game. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know there was a pit there. So this is the secret path back to the tutorial. If you all have played this game, I would be kind of surprised if you knew about this without looking it up. Most people don't. So at the end of the tutorial, you may have noticed that we had that cutscene, but there was like that strange building up there. We actually get to go visit that now. That is the monolith room. We've been collecting all these monoliths throughout the game, and this is where it shows you which ones you have, which one you don't. And yeah, whew. So tutorial with chain dash is just a little bit different. In addition, we have guns, so I can shoot like right there. Aww. And just speed it up a bit. In addition, for the big fight, I'm just going to throw a grenade. There we go. Are you serious? I got the Spider of Shame. Okay, so the game, to prevent you from soft-locking yourself, will summon spiders there if you ever run out of ammo. Oh, I ate my grenade. Whatever. Seriously, that missed? Whatever. This has been a really bad ending, honestly. Okay, but if you, by the way, if you slide in interaction, even if you slide off the ledge, you'll still get it. That can be done in any percent on a module to get a trick called Clippy. Basically, your height is low, so you're able to go through objects. So this is the monolith room. And if we got all the monoliths, there's a nice reward for us there. This is the ochre cloak. A lot of people consider this to be the god cloak. This is the one that gives you an extra health permanently. It's really neat. I think I'm missing a bit. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm missing a bit. So, because I am far enough ahead on estimate, I am actually going to run this through the bit tracker, see what I'm missing. This is a legal mid-run. You are allowed to use this bit tracker just to figure out what bits you're missing because it loses time. It is not considered modifying the save file at all. It is essentially the same as using an auto splitter. But we're really far ahead, so I think we can afford to get a valid run. All right, save file. What did I forget in West? I did forget that one. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Whatever. Okay, so coming back here. We're coming back here because we have the 16 key door. This, behind this is, actually I don't remember what the cloak is. I don't actually remember what this does either. Oh right, this is the fuchsia cloak, and this will make you regain ammo faster. So if you just hit stuff, you'll get more ammo more efficiently. We're gonna go ahead and warp to West because we forgot one bit, but it's not a big deal. It's a pretty fast bit to get. And we are frankly really far ahead of what my estimate was, so I'm just going to try to get a valid run for you guys. Frankly, considering how rusty I am, I'm actually kind of surprised I only missed 2 things, honestly. Get around the tree. There we go. So coming up, we are going to have the Judgment fight. If y'all have seen an any percent Judgment, you know he's already like a ridiculously fast fight. Oh, I also forgot to split, so I need to do that real fast. So Judgment normally, in like the normal any percent run, is a 0 cycle. He does his explosion, and then we end each phase before he even gets to do damage. However, my biggest contribution to this, so originally fully loaded boss rush, and I guess this, is I redefined what a 0 cycle means. With 2 shotguns, we're actually able to kill him before he can even do his explosion at the start of each phase. I'm going to go ahead and go somewhere safe. And then warp back to town. Oh, you jerk. And that crystal will respawn, so I'm going to be good. He can't get me. Okay. So yeah, this actually is on pace for like a 153, 154, which is ridiculously good, by the way. That's 6 minutes ahead of second place. So once you get 4 modules in each area and 4 pillars, and all 4 pillars, it opens up this elevator to the Abyss. We have no idea if Abyss was supposed to be this giant area in the early builds. However, in the final one, it is just a path up to the final boss. If you all haven't seen the final boss in either a fully loaded boss rush run or a 99% run, prepare to have your minds blown. Even if you've just seen any percent, it's pretty significantly faster. We need to do the menu. Eating my dashes, whatever. Not a big deal. No, Vin. I'm approximately 3 minutes behind PB. This was a bit rusty. I am going to beat second place by a pretty significant amount, though. This is a solid run. And I know some parts of this run looked a bit spaghetti, but I encourage you to run this category. It's way harder than it looks. I also encourage you to run this category because it's way funner than it looks. We're going to throw a grenade. We're going to do 3 shotgun plays. 2, 3, unload our ammo. I was mashing too fast, so I didn't get much there, so that'll make later phases just a bit rough. We're going to do 2 plays. That was very good. Fantastic. Second place of 4, just 2 haven't submitted. Oh. Butcher the end. Not a big deal. So that is Hyperlight Drifter 99%. At this point, all that's left of the run is we just need to hold down for a while, and then the game's done. Them hold down strats are hard. So thank you all so much for having me. It was a pleasure to run this. Thank you to Mumu Kai for helping me out with the commentary. I hope you all enjoyed. I highly encourage you all to run this game. Yeah, exactly, Hilda. Yeah, I highly encourage you all to run this game. I know this category looks pretty ridiculous, but if you go to just normal any percent no major glitches, it's way, way, way easier. We don't do most of the run because we don't have to collect any of the bits. It's a much faster category. Like, this was about 1 hour and 50. Current world record was set yesterday by Covert Muffin at 33:47, I want to say. Oh, by the way, time. 1:53:24 on my end. That's a really good run. That's a really good run, especially for how rusty I am. Whew, that was less than 4 minutes behind record and one of the hardest categories at this game. Whew. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I encourage you to run. Aunt Hilda right there, I suggest you drop him a follow. He does run this game. Obviously, I run this game. Drop me a follow if you don't mind. Shameless self-promotion. I also encourage you, if you're at all interested, check out our Discord. We have excellent tutorials for any percent no major glitches, as well as I've made a tutorial for fully loaded boss rush. I also would love more people running boss rush. I hope you all enjoyed, and enjoy the rest of the marathon. I'll take it back to you, Exploud. By the way, these dashes just do not work sometimes, and we don't know why. What? Yeah, okay. I actually dashed and then got sent back. Look, What? Yeah, I got.